Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Hey besties, hey, happy Sunday evening, honey. It's Behind the Shade, and I just got to watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. Girl, we got to talk. It is season 17, episode 8, a sound bath breakdown. Ciao. Well, the heifers are back from Dallas. Porsha, your short hairstyle was cute. That was cute. You know, when she went on a date with Sway. Oh, that was cute. Phaedra, I liked your red hair. You should wear that more often. You look good, honey. And Kelli, you and your confessional looks, the white Tom Ford t-shirt. I mean, girl, whatever. No. No to all your professional looks, okay? But the t-shirt, honey, they said down on the internet that was your best look so far. I was like, not that lavender with all the boa fur all over it. Child, let's get into this episode because it was another good one. Not as explosive as last week, but it had a little fire to it, okay? So we begin the montage. Kelli gets to her successful Nana's location in the first restaurant. She needs some food. She's hungry. She's been on the road for a long time in traffic. Shamia is doing a movie panel, honey. She is trying to be an actress, honey. And Pinky Cole is at home. It's her daughter's 4th birthday, and she sings her ABCs. And, you know, she needs just a little bit more practice. She added an extra K in there, and Derek blamed it on Pinky. So the episode begins. Kelli is sitting down with her mother and her grandmother in the restaurant, you know, where she's there to eat. And they talk about her Sandy Springs location. That's the second one that she just opened up on this season that we know opened in September, closed in December. She's telling them that that location is not doing good. Well, her mother is giving her the report back too because she runs both restaurants. And she says it's slow, but it's okay, but it's slow. And Kelli just can't handle it. It's just financially too heavy, too much of a burden for her. She tells him she just filed for child support. You know, she's going to go ahead and make him pay. She's struggling. And then she's going through a lot trying to get divorced from this deranged, mean man. Every day it's a new or a constant fight. He's fighting about everything. And she starts to cry, you know, because it can be overwhelming. And now, you know, what she realizes that this man wants to control her life, whether it's her asking him for money or needing his say so. And I'm just curious, did he have money before they got married? Because I think I heard that he took her money, right? Didn't he kind of, isn't he swindling her out of her cash? Oh gosh. And if you saw him, ugh. So you know he won't let her film with the kids, so that crushes her because they are part of her life. She wants that to be on the show, you know. So then on a upbeat moment, she talks about who she's dating, honey. She met this guy at the Hawks game and she gives him the alias Jarvis. I said, girl, not Jarvis. But they've been dating for a year and he brings her lots of joy. Okay, we love that for you. But why are you being such a. Okay, grandma just asked, you know, Nana, she just want to know, is he equipped with a W-2 form? She said, yes, mom, yes, grandma, yes. And I'm like, well, the husband didn't have no job? Oh, we need more context, honey. I got questions. So K Michelle and her husband, the dentist, they go to the dentist for her teeth. And of course, we all like, well, isn't he a dentist? You don't do your wife's teeth, you don't take care of her. Well, he answered our question, girl. He said, family and friends make him nervous. I'm like, okay, okay. You're nervous to do people you know's teeth. But K Michelle just said recently that she lets you sleep around with women as long as you don't pay their bills. And she don't mind watching y'all on video. K Michelle is sick. I told y'all she needs to be diagnosed. So that don't make you nervous, Mr. Dennis? You having bumping and tickling and woo woo wooing with other women while your wife looks on, that don't make you nervous? Because that seems to be uncomfortable. I would be nervous in that situation, not doing their teeth, something that I am a professional in. But go off, sir. So K Michelle brings up the plotting situation, and and there's some kind of, they do a flashback of K Michelle, Phaedra, and Kelli. They went somewhere to do something, and they're talking about it. So Phaedra says she don't know nothing about no plot, no plotting, no scheme that Todd set up. She don't know nothing. And K Michelle believes Phaedra because she says Phaedra knows when to tap out and when to say, nope, that ain't on me. I don't know. Keep it moving. So she's gonna let Phaedra off the hook. Now, Phaedra, Porsha, Angela, and Drew, they go out because they fresh back from Dallas. They need, they need some girl time to talk. So Phaedra wants, she wants to be friends with Angela now because Angela saved her from that horse, honey. So she said, okay, we could be cool now. And so Phaedra tells her that she just got back from New York. She went to the Emmys, and then she teases Angela about being in the room. Remember, they were arguing last season, and Angela was telling Phaedra, honey, you don't even be in the rooms that I'm in. And Phaedra says, oh, I'll be invited in the rooms, honey. I was at the Emmys, and I didn't see Angela in the room. And so now Phaedra wants to have a sound bath party at her house. And so she tells them that Kelli blames, she's holding Porsha and Drew. They're responsible for doing the plotting and the scheming, right? And yeah, so Porsha like, what? Nuh-uh, I'm not doing that. And I believe Porsha because she ain't that smart. But whatever. She wants to be a good friend to K Michelle. She's like, I'm trying to be her big sister. So since she all coming for me and still talking, then no more holding hands with her. Since I'm the bully. Yeah. So Porsha is at home with her family, her mom, her sister, and her daughter and her niece. They're upstairs playing. Well, Pilar wants the lizard, honey. So the guy getting ready to come over, honey. He got snakes. We didn't see the lizard yet, but he had a big old, thick old snake. And then women wasn't even scared of him. The mama just sitting there like, ooh. Porsche like, he keep looking at me. The way I would have ran about that house, the way I would have ran. Oh no. Oh, nope. So Pilar's gonna get her lizard, we assume. So then Portia's telling her sister how she likes Mike and how he came to Dallas. And so her sister's like, yeah, he was missing you because he hadn't heard from you in 3 days. And so, child, we find out that, child, Mike sent a mariachi band, a mariachi band to Portia's house to be so she can be serenaded. Child, why did Dennis pull up? He pulled up on her. She said he don't never pull up, but she say he lives real close to her, like how Kanye lives close to Kim. I said, well, a mariachi band makes a lot of noise. He heard music. Honey, Dennis got up and said, he went to his window and said, wait, that's coming from Portia's house. Let me go see what's going on. Child, he zoomed on over there with his nosy, messy self. I can't believe they say Dennis got a woman. Why is he so pressed about Porsha? Oh, goodness. So she tells her sister about her dating life, honey. And so, she's still dating Mike and that things are going good. But, Mike wants a baby. And that's his deal breaker if you don't want to give him one. And, Mike appears to be in his late 40s. He might be pushing 50, so that's his deal breaker. And Porsha is she's content with just having one daughter. She is okay with her and PJ. She's not going to carry anymore. And so she's been getting a little, close with Sway. And they're taking things a little further than her and Mike are. And it's no competition, right? But their connection is getting a little stronger. And we find out that Sway said Sway will carry the baby. If she wants a baby, she can carry it. And then Lauren was like, yeah, like, right, So she got one up from Mike because Mike can't carry. And then child Porsha was like, well, can we use your egg, sis? And Laura's like, nope, that's weird. So the next scene, Kelli meets up with Shamia at the surrogacy center. Shamia wants to meet up with the surrogate coach or whatever because she has one male embryo left. This is it, y'all. This is it, y'all. This is it, y'all. Whose song is that? Some rapper. Can't think of it, but shout out to them. So if this transfer does not work, then it's like, what do we do? So Kelli is encouraging Shamia not to think like that. This egg is going to get there. She's going to carry. You're going to have a son for Gerald because, Gerald wants a son. They have two girls now. He wants his boy. And so Shamia changes the subject and says how Gerald has a change of heart. She's acting, going out for these roles. And so she had one where it required her to have a lovemaking scene. And at first, Gerald was like, oh, yeah, you did good. That was cool. But baby, he didn't change his mind. I said, that's because you changed your booty. He was okay with you doing them scenes with the old butt, but now with this new one, and he need to check you for being on national TV with a thong bikini on, got that thing all out, showing it to everybody, competing with Porsha maybe. Porsha won up you in this season, honey. Child, I said it is so obvious. Shamia knows she misses Porsha. She knows she missed Porsha. Because, baby, Kelli is not it. And Kelli is trying her hardest to be there, to be the best friend that Shamia needs. But, baby, no, you ain't it. You ain't it, sis. So then the surrogacy coach is what I'm calling her, counselor, whatever she is. She tells Shamia that has she ever thought about buying her eggs? And we was all like, what? And Shamia said, I didn't even know that was a thing. And I was like, wow, like, child, you can do anything these days. And so then Kelli was like, or you can use your sisters. And Shamia was like, oh, no, that's weird. And I'm like, see, Shamia and, Porsha, Shamia and Lauren was like, that's weird. Because Porsha wanted Lauren to give up an egg. Lauren said, I ain't got no more. So at Kelli's house, we are aware that she cannot film with her kids, but did y'all hear her talk to her daughters? They didn't film them, but you heard Kelli tell them something like, do your work. She was like, let me push it to the limit. I hope that old mean ex-husband don't come for you, girl. So She sits down in the living room with her oldest daughter, who is not his kid biologically. She's headed back to college. And so um, Kelly has a gift bag for her, gift basket. I think that was the same basket that her and Shamia was putting together, like on episode 1. And so she's like, you know what this is? And so the daughter's like, yeah, it's a condom. I know. So Kelly's like, oh gosh. Kelly didn't want her to know what it was. So she makes the daughter sign a college responsibility form, a contract, reminded me of Cynthia Nini with that friendship contract. She signs it. Her dad's name is on it. He's involved too. And so she talks about the stress of the new restaurant. And it's like, we heard, this reminds me of Bell Collective, Jackson with the Carrie who's struggling with her newest restaurant. Girl, just close it, okay? Just close it. But Carrie kept her business afloat. I don't know what she did, but that business was still open. This one, not so much. Okay. So Porsha goes out on a date with Sway. We find out, honey, they met like 8, 9, 10 years ago, honey. And then Porsha ghosted her. And so Sway was like, yeah, I wasn't tripping. You had to figure your life out. You had to go through some things to figure it out. And so I said, now Portia's spinning the block on Sway Street. Okay, then. So Sway asked her, is she ready to date women like forever? Like, are you coming over here and you gonna stay? And so Sway is like, she puts it out there. She wants to settle down within a year. And she's told Porsha she will carry the baby. Okay. Portia's like, okay, okay. So Porsha tells her that she is dating a man. Sway was like, ugh. Let me take a shot. And she said, hey, if me and you work out, I'm going to love you out loud. Well, she said this in her confessionals, but she was like, it's up from here. And as we all know, in true real time, they are an item. They are together. It works. She talked about it on the Sherry Shepherd show. It just works. She's in love. It's going down. It's a good relationship. So yeah, then Sway asked, what about Dennis? What's up with him? And she said, he's fine when I'm single and he acts a fool when I'm not. But don't think that I'm messing with him. And Sway was like, oh, I understand. It was like, see how it must be easier to talk to women. Uh-huh. And I'm like, and don't Dennis have a whole new relationship? Isn't he living with his woman? Didn't we discover that? Didn't Porsha say that? Like, Dennis, you got a lot of nerve, honey. Oh, so baby, we are ready. It is time for Phaedra's Healing Waters event, honey. She has been a Reiki master for 3 years. She plays the flute better than Lizzo. Lizzo better watch out. So she says the Reiki has got her through some tough times, and she's hoping that she can bring this group back together. Cynthia comes, hey girl, but she leaves early. She said, I'm just coming to get my check, She says she got to go out of town. Where are you going? You going to Amsterdam? You follow that man around the country? Anyway, her business, whatever. So then Porsha and her 2 booties come, because honey, Cynthia said that ain't one booty, like one big booty. She said it's 2 butts put together, honey. Drew is on time for the first time in her life. They said, yeah, because you was late in Dallas to the gala. She said, I was late on purpose. I was late to avoid a fight. They was like, yep, that makes sense. So Drew is being more intentional on working on her time. Hey, Dorit. If you know, you know. Angela Oakley arrives next, honey. Now, K Michelle and Pinky, they're on their way. They in the car, and honey, K Michelle's spilling all the tea, honey. So she's telling Pinky, honey, that her ex, his name is Nash. Yes, he's a Nigerian. She met him on Queen's Court, the TV show, the dating show. And so he's her ex now, and they talk or whatever. He called her and told her that he, talks to Porsha, but he's not interested in Porsha because Porsha tried to take him out in public. Okay. Okay. And when she was talking about him, I didn't put it together that they was together. They dated. They was an item. It just seemed like they talked and they just was hanging. But okay, they may have done the bump and grind and all that. But K Michelle couldn't confirm it because she don't like talking about other women's private parts, and I don't blame her, honey. She said she will let Porsha spray her own tea. Okay. So Kelli shows up late with K Michelle. Well, I don't know if she was with K Michelle and Pinky, but they went to pick up Shamia. Kelli is all in her feelings, going through it. She says she should have not been there. She didn't want to come, and she shouldn't have came. And I'm like, girl, you're supposed to always follow your first mind, but you can't get paid if you don't come, honey, and you don't have no money, honey. You over there telling your daughter that you're gonna have to call her the ex Uber and not the whatever one she usually gets because she on a budget. I was like, okay, well, Kelli, if you're on a budget, I don't want to see that dog, that hot pink dog, the magenta dog. Stop coloring that dog. You on a budget, remember? Let that dog go back to regular brown and black, okay? So the ladies have already started the meditation, honey. They are on floating beds in the pool. Child, all of a sudden, boom. Shamia's floaty is losing air, honey. Abort, abort. So Michelle over there talking about Shamia either carrying some heavy energy, I say, yeah, in her butt, or someone put a curse on her. And I'm like, okay, Michelle, you be quiet because you can't even get in the pool right now because of your butt having some infection. Honey, you hit that water, your butt gonna set a fire. So you hush up on the side of the pool, okay? Cynthia gotta go. She out of here. Okay, girl. So the sound bath begins. Y'all ready? I have my soundproof guard on, but can y'all hear it? Oh, wait. Okay. I hope you can hear it. Candles are lit all around the pool, y'all. Phaedra playing the flute. There's ringing going on and mumbling going on. And Pinky said, this is a little too cult-ish for me. Let me keep my eye open because y'all already trying to unalive Shamia. But all this leads you into a calm place. So all the other ladies are relaxed. They are meditating. They are on water. They are letting the sound and the mumbling and the flute just usher them into a different space. All right. So afterwards, they move to the dinner table, still outside. We're at we're at Phaedra's house, her beautiful home. I just saw something online. Phaedra takes you on a tour of her home, baby. And she lives next door to Kenny Rogers, one of his homes. Is he deceased? Anyway, honey, her house is bad to the bone, honey. So yeah, so they at the dinner table. So K Michelle wants to address, she comes in peace. She lets everybody know I come in peace. I ain't trying to start no mess, but I want to address the plot situation. So they all like, okay, could you please, because you done brought it up 50, 1,100 times, but you won't tell us what it's about. So she was like, someone told her that Phaedra, Porsha, and Drew were trying to gather information about her. And I'm like, I could see them curious to know like who you are. But this sounds bogus to me because all your business is on the Googler. Like, all you got to do is bring your name on the Googler. Everything about you pops up. What else is there to want to know? Child, y'all all date the same man. Like, what else do you need to know? The girl is married. So, child, Portia's like, what? She said, you know what? You could have just told me that you didn't want to be friends, because you knew I was trying to be your friend. K. Michelle was like, well, let me go down the line and tell you what's up. Number one, Porsha, the BET rumor about Kelli and the preacher. I said, Kelli, you was messing with a preacher? We'll get into that later, y'all. But the BET rumor, she said, that threw me off. It made me close off. I'm side-eyeing you, girl. Then number two, the miscarriage outburst at the nail shop. Porsha just like, dang, God. Number three, I ain't done. Number three, behind the scene information to expose me. Porsha asked K. Michelle to break it down. And K. Michelle's like, no, you want me to say what it is I want you to say about exposing me? I said, well, that was smart, K. Michelle. K. Michelle said, you want me to spray me? You want me to spray my own self? No, you gonna do it. Well, baby, Porsha lets K. Michelle continue because she won't let Porsha talk. And she said, and number four is black. Child, and she trying to look at Drew. Drew is like, you know what? Stop saying his name. Just stop. And yes, K. Michelle, for you to be a married woman, you sure do have a different man's name in your mouth, and not just different. You have someone else's name in your mouth, but you consistently have Black's name in your mouth. You have said his name every episode. Every episode. So, Drew, I'm with you. Stop saying his name. Drew don't even want to address this mess no more. So, K. Michelle is like, well, why would I care about y'all? How would I even know anything about y'all? K. Michelle, hi. Black is single, child. And it's giving that you keeping up with Drew, in my opinion. I think you want information about these women. I think you checking for these women because you were weird. I say you need to be diagnosed. You don't seem like you got no friends. You don't know how to be one. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be here anymore. The people wanted you here, but maybe people don't want you here no more. And you too, Kelli. They want you to go too. And you too, Shamia. But anyway, So K. Michelle starts her mess. Now, I thought you came in peace. You were peaceful when you was talking to Porsha. But something about Drew just trigs you. So now she started her mess. They going back and forth, and back again. Drew tells K. Michelle, baby, you can YOLO your butt on up out of here. Yodelay, yodelay, child. You kicking somebody out of somebody else's house, Drew. But I'm with you when you're right. Woo, woo, woo. Yodelay, so then Drew tells her that, child, Drew said, you don't belong here. Girl, she said, you don't belong here. Girl, K. Michelle, the girl's putting you out. She done told you to leave, yodel up out of here, and she's letting you know they don't like you. Nobody likes you. Oh, you can yodel your butt on out of here. So, of course, K. Michelle thinks she's on Love and Hip Hop. She's like, Yodelay, he, nobody drew. I was like, that didn't land well. Nope. K. Michelle, that nope. Phaedra trying to get these ladies to calm on down because honey, y'all hollering screaming into my house. But baby, it's round 2, honey. Round 1 was in Dallas. It's round 2 now. Yodeling. And I just liked how Angela and Pinky was down there talking about having a little sidebar conversation. They were just kicking and ha-haing about everything because they was like, oh, we so glad we ain't a part of this. It's not our turn, honey. And Bessie, I couldn't help but think, you know, K. Michelle and Porsha sat down and squashed things out. And K. Michelle, you starting up again? I think you the one trying to plot on them. You coming for Drew, you're coming for Porsha, and you gonna just do the freaking frat because they friends. You just trying to, you don't belong nowhere. You ain't got your crew yet, your tribe. You just don't want no parts to Porsha. It's giving someone is in K. Michelle's ear. I don't know if it's production, Carlos King. Because you know he love all the girls. It's somebody. They are in K. Michelle's ear, honey. So, child. K. Michelle asked Phaedra, can she finish? Phaedra's like, let Kimberly talk. I said, you know, it's serious. She didn't even say K. Michelle or K. She was like, let Kimberly finish. So Kimberly gets to talking. And so, child. Phaedra had to tell them also that there is a noise ordinance in her house, in her neighborhood. Y'all gonna have to be quiet. But Phaedra wants to move past it. So K. Michelle tells Porsha about her ex, Nosh, because she's like, I got one more thing to say. Okay, Kimberly, go ahead. So now K. Michelle, you know, she's like, now I'm asking K. Michelle, how many exes do you have, girl? It just seemed like you got around. You get around. I say God because you're married. We know she was with Myth Hits. Okay, we know she was with Idris Elba. We know she was with R. Kelly, that guy Nosh, and whoever else that did not want to come outside. You know, who was the guy she was trying to be engaged to in order to actually get back with the dentist? Like, hey, Michelle, it's given that you get around, girl, more than Tupac. Shout out R.I.P. to Tupac Shakur. You get around. Step up, step up, step up, step up, step up, step up. If she ain't the only one. And so you know who I'm talking about. And so Porsha was like, yeah, Nosh. She said, yeah, he said, you said, like, you don't understand why you always end up with people's men. Porsha, like, what? I wasn't with him at the same time as you. You ain't Fallon. But he said that's what you said about our relationship when I was with him. And I just think that's weird. Why didn't you tell me? Porsha was like, hey, Michelle, girl, we live in Atlanta. I don't talk to him no more. And I didn't talk to him when he was talking with you. And I wasn't talking to you. We didn't know each other. Hey, Michelle's like, she just want to know why Porsha never told her that they had dated since Porsha was trying to be her friend. And I get it, K. Michelle, because yeah, as we're trying to develop our friendship, it should have come up if you knew I was messing with him. I mean, you had to have known we were on a show. Not to say you saw it, but you had to have known. Things like that get around. If you was on the Googler, you would have known. But he told you. So you did know, and you left that out. And it's not to say that you owe K. Michelle a whole dissertation on all the men you have messed and slept with, because clearly it's Atlanta. And what Porsha is saying by that is like, girl, we all messing with the same man. especially when you only stick into one culture, which is Nigerian. And what's up with y'all can't date nobody else like Ghanaian, Kenyan? You can't date nobody from Senegal or Durban, like South Africa. It just got to be straight Nigerian. Like there's so many countries in Africa. Oh, the Tanzania. The list goes on. Why am I sitting trying to think? Anyway, the list goes on, right? I kind of get K Michelle, but it's not a big deal to be bringing it up to the group. Like that's what makes it weird. Y'all had a sit down where it seemed like it could have came up then, not here. So, child, K Michelle is like, well, Porsha, you was trying to be friends, and you brought me into this friend group, and you didn't tell me you was humping on my last public ex. I said, oh, not the public ex. She said, I ain't Fallon. And I'm like, I wonder if Fallon's sitting back going, dang, y'all still bringing my name up, huh? I'm still, I need to get a check for as many times as my name has come up. So the girls are in their confessionals, child, they're not even surprised, not one bit, that Porsha getting around and don't have no girl code. Honey, honey, honey. So Porsha says, girl, it ain't nothing to tell, child. And so it's like Porsha just dated him. It was casual. Maybe they had a look nasty time, maybe not, but it ain't no big deal. She wasn't tripping. And it really is something weird to even say. And it's like, you're married, so who cares? Like, you're married. I see both sides, but just at this big age and you being married and she's going through a divorce, I can see how something like that just doesn't come up. I mean, she wasn't taking it serious. Maybe and where is the guy code? Why are men act so gossipy all of a sudden? And another thing, why are you friends with an ex-boyfriend? I mean, yeah, it could happen possibly, but it don't have to. Why y'all friends? Like, hey Michelle, take your butt over there back. Never mind, because Love and Hip Hop getting ready to end for real, at some point this year. They're done. Whew, yeah, I don't know, y'all. This is just not a good fit for her, but let's move on. So Phaedra tells us in her confessional, honey, that Porsha dated someone that she used to date too. I'm like, what? Golly, child, what? Girl. Oh. So, remember Porsha telling K Michelle, there's nothing to tell. K Michelle disagrees. She says, yes, it is. Porsha tells K Michelle, listen, you are too sensitive. And K Michelle, like, no, I'm very tough. I'm very tough. You can be tough and sensitive. She didn't say you were soft. She said you were sensitive. And so Porsha said, yeah, girl, you've been looking for something since day one. And and so K Michelle's like, no, girl, I'm trying to watch my back. And so Porsha says, and now you don't have to, because I don't want to be your friend anymore. Porsha's in her confessionals talking about, can I get a refund? Send it back. Send it back. Child. Oh, child. Porsha says, you got she's no wait. No. Who says that? No, I think that was Kelli. So Kelli must be drunk because she over there is sipping on her wine glass. So she says that Porsha and her booty has effed every Nigerian in Atlanta. Child, what? And she is waving her wine glass in Porsha's face. It will remind you when Kenya, the reunion, the infamous reunion, when Porsha wasn't playing with Kenya, when she was waving that scepter in her face. You know, the wand, the royalty wand, all in her face. Porsha don't play that. No one should play that. Girl, girl security got to get up and get Kelli before Porsha mollywop her all over Phaedra's backyard, honey. So she's like, B, you have effed everybody. Child, now Kelli and Porsha get into it real tough. Real tough, honey. So Porsha get mad at Phaedra for sitting her next to her. And she said, you know she effed your client on that plane and he ain't no stewardess. And baby, it's the to be continued. The besties, drop down in the comment section and let me know what you thought about tonight's episode. I got some questions for you. Is Kelli trying to be a social climber? Why is she coming for Porsha? She been coming for Porsha since the first episode she got on this show when they was at Shamia's house. Kelli's kind of thirsty, very thirsty. Yeah, let me know what you think. And who's more successful in your opinion, K. Michelle or Drew? Because why is K. Michelle so bothered by Drew? They both are singers and actresses. Drew might be just a tad bit more successful because she has the show. You know, K. Michelle just got here. I don't know how much more you get paid for yodeling. Let me know if you know. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to like the video and hype the video. Thank you, besties. I see y'all hyping. Thank you. And hello to the new besties. Let's keep this conversation going, but it's a to be continued, honey. It's a to be continued. And you know, it's just safe to say that Kelli and Porsha, honey, they effing everybody. Bye, besties. And happy Memorial Day. I'll come back with the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I have to work tomorrow. Can y'all believe that? I opted to work on Memorial Day, and I'm working all day. So I'll get the Real Housewives of Rhode Island out to you either tomorrow night or Tuesday morning. Bye, besties.